Okay. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Yes, quite a crazy time in the world. I've got a different mic set up, so let me know you can hear me. Let's get rid of that. If my voice is a bit quiet, do let me know and I'll boost it. But I think we're good for normal levels. What are we doing in Patreon? Well, it does say that, again, it's doing the same screen. So I don't know what's going on there. I have used a different browser to restream into Patreon this time. So I think Patreoners, you are probably Lisa. Yes, can you let me know if it's coming through? It's a bit choppy on YouTube. Should be good. I've got a faster connection than normal, so it should be audio not clear, garbly. You're cutting off. Sound is terrible. Hold on. Okay. Wait a minute. Sound is garbled. Okay. Is everybody experiencing the sound quality here? Wait a minute. Let me try something here. It should be okay. Good job. I did a quick sound check there because you're not hearing me very well. Sounds terrible. What do you mean it sounds terrible? Your voice comes in and out. Okay. Well, let me give it a minute and I will just see if the audio is going to be good because I'm going to be talking like this and doing a quick sound check. So if my voice is not coming in and not coming in strong, can you please let me know? It's not a different mic, it's the same mic. So very bad sound quality. There's a lag on Patreon. Okay. What I'm going to do is quit out of Patreon, guys. I'll get rid of that because that ain't working. Now let me try. Volume is very low. Okay, still garbled. Hold on. All right, guys, how is that audio? Is that audio better? Is that audio the same? The volume is waving low and high. A bit of a tinny echo on YouTube. All right, let me just try and speak like this for a bit. Sounds like I've got phlegm in my throat. Just came over from Patreon. Yeah, thanks, guys. Sorry, we're not streaming to Patreon. Can't get it to work. Let me know if my voice is okay now. The mic sound is fragmented. Is it the same? Sound is not good. Same on YouTube. Okay, unfortunately, not yet better. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch mics here, guys, because this ain't working and we got to get on with the show. So let's get rid of this guy. Let's change that. So I've changed to my Mac microphone. That should be better. Can you let me know how that sounds? I know I'm not streaming on Patreon. That should be good, guys. I've changed microphones to the Mac now, so it should be good. So let me know how it's sounding now, and we will get on with the show. We will get on with the show. Mic test, mic test, mic test. Sounds better now. Whatever you did sounds better. Okay, okay. Everybody relax. It's a full moon. We got all kinds of stuff going on. We got retrogrades happening. Why is my thing flashing? Why is my camera flashing here? I don't know what's going on. Is it going to put my hands up? All right, let's breathe. Sounds good. Here we go. Volume up. Let me just hold on. Okay, microphone looks good. I'll just move this a little bit closer. Okay, I should be coming through loud and clear now. So if I'm not, let me know. I'll keep checking the chat. We've got well over 500 of you live, and I know you are going to 1,000. We've got important work to do. It's a hell of a time. Everybody relax. Okay, we've got audio. I don't quite know what's going on with my $1,000 mic. Who knows? Doesn't matter how much money you spend. Something that I'm doing. I have done a quick, we're traveling a little bit to the northern parts of the Okanagan for the next 2 months. So I have completely changed my setup. I've unplugged everything, moved it 2 hours away, and re-plugged it in again. So something could have happened in the move. I'll have to recalibrate it. Don't know what happened, but we're good. So I've reversed my camera tonight, so you should be able to see this. Yeah, you can. Good. We're going to start Lightworkers Star Seeds before we get into an incredible show tonight about the Great Reset. Oh my goodness me. With a reading from Barbara Marciniak's Earth, Pleading Keys to the Living Library. There is a marker in here. So I'm taking that out. I'm going to do some furls. This is called paper furling. For those of you who aren't aware of that, when I was 16 years old, I did a job intern at a company called Atlas Copco, who were a paper conglomerate. And they're much bigger than that. But anyway, so if you want to, before you print, you should fill the paper. Whatever. We're going to do a reading for you. Let's see what we've got. Page 178 of the unplanned reading. Oh, there's an energy exercise. You know what? Let's do this. All right, guys, close your eyes. And there's a tiny bit of, let's see now. Okay, let's just do the energy exercise. I'm going to read it. We're going to do it live right now. Unplanned. Didn't know what I was going to come to on the page. So let's do this. This is what we've been called to do. Take a deep breath and relax. Take another one. Imagine light, charged with particles, filling your lungs and moving into your body. Find that place where you are in tune with your attention, and find the part of yourself that observes who you are. Now, ride the energy through your breath and into your body through a subatomic level. Fill that place with light. Simultaneously, feel the energy around you as you sit quite still, holding your ideals. Picture 12 chakras blossoming with color and light. Picture them spinning inside your body and out. Sense the energy that flows between your chakras and make an intention to open up to the divine masculine and the divine feminine codes, the mysteries and the secrets stored within your being through the transformational qualities of gold. Listen very closely to discern any sounds your body resonates with. Follow those sounds and picture yourself lying on a table that is made of pure 24-karat gold. Whatever image comes to your mind, hold on to it now. Look at the table in great detail. Feel your body lying on the gold table, absorbing the warmth of the gold. Gold is a premier conductor. Imagine the gold table conveying codes of electrical impulses into the very cells of your body. You are at peace as you lie on this table. Your guides and your higher self stand around, supervising and watching you now. You are very relaxed in a place inside your body where there is deep space. In that space, you are feeling the gold light and seeing the pulsations of electricity as they move through a well-lit space in your body as you lie on the gold table. We're almost done. The four corners of the table, rectangular in shape, act as anchor points through which energy enters. Keep yourself in this subatomic consciousness and experience the transference of electrical energy on a subatomic level. It is as if huge bolts of lightning move from planet to planet. These are electrical jolts that move between the atoms. You are warm and stimulated by a sound that calls you and keeps you in a lullaby-like state. You are enthralled watching this space in your body as if you are watching an electrical storm over the vast countryside. The lights and the flashings of this electrical energy recharge the smallest particles in your body, which begin to come alive and remember their identity. They let you know they have consciousness. Find yourself now swirling throughout your body, excitedly meeting the atoms that are waking up. Feel your body decreeing to you willingness, intelligence, and desire to work in cooperation with any direction you now set. Feel yourself excited also with this discovery as new possibilities endlessly present themselves. Allow yourself to go deeper into relaxation and trust, surrendering to a process that will reorganize you and offer greater meaning and purpose to your balance of divine masculine and divine feminine self. Last paragraph. Drift into a soft pillow of memory now, experiencing yourself as valued and mirroring your value and appreciation of others. At this moment of letting go, picture something that will bring you meaning in your life and that will be a contribution to the planet, stirring and awakening many people. Feel the ongoing gentle electrical stimulation, and when you sleep later on tonight, if that is your time of day, dream you are on the gold table and travel into the transformational vistas of divine masculine and divine feminine energies. And we'll finish the practice by saying, and so it is. Okay. That wasn't tonight's meditation. That was a complete impromptu reading, which was an activation. Page 178, I think it was. Let me just double check that for those of you who want to timestamp that. 178, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 178. There's an energy exercise on the page there, and that was what that was. So our Pleiadian guides wanted us to go through that. We never started the show that way, but I've no doubt you're charged with. I've got a gold cup here with gold particles of light. So let's jump into tonight's show. Let me know where you're from, guys, in the live chat. I'm keen to hear where you're all from. and we will get cracking here. It did feel very aligned with things to come, didn't it? Okay. Hello, everyone. So many of you here. Okay. We're creeping towards 1,000 now. I'm sorry, my Inner Circle Patreoneers. I don't know why we seem to be unable to stream to Patreon. So I think I'll catch you offline in the group chat, and we will have maybe just YouTube will stream too on the lives these Mondays. I will probably be able to stream live from Patreon directly without using Restream, and that'll be for further projects. But I'm sorry about that today. Okay, here we go. Who's not ready? Prepare for the great reset. Those of you who are aware of cryptocurrency know what that is in the middle, but it is so much more than that. And I do think we are going to be heading into a complete overhaul. In fact, I know we are. It's already happening, of the financial system, where you will see the legacy banks folded into a blockchain system. And that is happening before our very eyes. Now, the importance of this is thus, because it's not about making everyone wealthy and having lots of money, and that's totally fine. But the trajectory that this puts us on is the trajectory where, as I've been talking about, many others have been, there's not a need for an exchange system on the planet, right? So here's how you know whether you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. If someone stopped paying you, this is going to catch some of you, would you still do it? If someone cut your paycheck and said, sorry, Bob, sorry, Jane, we ain't got the funds anymore. And let's just say all your living expenses were let's go one step further. All your living expenses were taken care of. Your family's taken care of. All your financial needs at home, cost-wise, expenditure, are taken care of. Would you show up to work tomorrow? Ooh, that I can feel that in some of you. You're not sure. Meditate on these things. Because if you do not, someone else will steal your life for you. Metaphorically. This show tonight is all about intention, and we're going to expand the 90-day challenge that I did float upon you last week, that many of us have been doing in the, many of you guys have been doing in the Inner Circle community. You've been talking about it, talking about your experiences. Amazing, some of the things you're sharing. But tonight I was directed to expand on this in much more detail, and we're going to be doing this planet-wide, okay? Because there are some things coming. Zooming in there. There are some things coming with the different components of this reset that we're going to get into tonight that are going to require the family of light to be very intentional, more so than you ever have been before, about holding your frequency. Okay, very important. Okay, and of course you've got the President of the United States. There's nothing new at this point, but it's still staggering to see, talking about quantum. Of course, those of you who are aware of the operation in 17, the Q operation, believe it or not, doesn't really matter. There is really indisputable language being used that links it to that now, based on what happened with that. So we're in unprecedented times, guys. The quantum age that we're headed to, of course, for the rest of the world means something, at least it should, a little bit different to us, because we're going quantum, okay? Meaning we're moving towards the organic 0 point energy reset. We've talked about this before. It's got nothing to do with the material one, all right? Remember, if you're relying on something in the material world for your fulfillment, you've just given your power away. Think about these things. Very important. Okay. Welcome all new Inner Circle members. For those of you who are about to join, please do hit the join button where the arrow is here. When you visit our Patreon page, do not hit the gift now at the bottom right of that graphic. Hit the join button, and that will take you through to a payment screen. If you gift now, you won't get a membership. You will gift someone else a membership. and I'll have to, well, I wouldn't do anything because I can't, but Patreon will have to unwind that and activate your membership in a different way. It'd be a pain in the ass. Okay, here we go. Exciting stuff. For those of you Inner Circle members who are here in the live chat, I'm sure there's quite a few of you. We have begun the group chat for the 90-day challenge, the elevated version of this, which I'm going to get into in a short while here. So those of you who are on Patreon who are not aware of the group chat yet, go to the chats section on your Patreon page, and you'll see now the Throne of God 90-day challenge group chat, where we're going to really dedicate this, if we can, because we have another group chat. The group chat below that, if you look, is the Starseed Hangout. We're going to try and keep the Throne of God. God, it sounds a bit biblical, doesn't it? The Throne of God practice centered upon commentary in the chat, centered around the 90-day challenge. Now, that might take different flavors, but let's just keep it in mind. Let's keep it clean and use the group chat for general stuff, the Starseed Hangout for general stuff. Okay, really big. It's been something very, very unusual that happened the last 4 days from the 25th. Excuse me. Now, those of you who are paying attention to the Schumann resonance, many of you do, will notice that for 4 days in a row, 3 days in a row, we were blasted with light, or we produced a blast of light, I should say, at the same time on each of those 3 days. Very unusual. And I haven't done a cross-reference of this to see if this has never happened before, but very, very unusual. And then on the 28th, if you look at Tia's thumbnail here, you'll notice 1, 2, 3 pillars to sort of signify the anchoring. Well, I'm not going to spoil the message for you. The 3 days before, where we've anchored some nodes, a massive clearing has happened. And make sure you listen to Tia's message tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. live for Inner Circle members on Patreon, and then it goes live about 12:12 on YouTube. And it's only a snippet. So if you do want to watch the full transmission, highly recommended that you sign up for our Patreon. Of course, you know that. So the clearing cycle has anchored new nodes. A massive element about this message, which is going to trigger some of you, I know it, about repetition. What is showing up again in your experience right now? Is there anything that's repeating itself? Very, very important, because if it is, there is energy somewhere in that space that needs you to intentionally move it. All right. So I'm just going to share that with you and not spoil tomorrow's message. And also signs, again, the solar flash is close. Excuse me. Okay. Let me get a little bit of the old gold. The old gold. Kathleen, this is not live. I assure you it is. And the sweat on my brow is from this hot light here. The great reset cycle of Earth. Now, this is very, very, very important. There is a narrative in the lightworker community that pervades the following idea, that firstly, this is the accurate part, the current paradigm on Earth was not designed for this. I agree with that. Correct. I agree. However, they then go on to say, whoever it is, that there's a mistake and manipulation has happened and humanity has fallen down to this place of disremembering, the veil has come in, etc., etc., etc. And I want to postulate a little bit of a different idea about this. I don't think there's been a mistake. What if this entire spiral down was always going to happen, always needed to happen? Because in the Atlantean and pre-Atlantean advanced civilizations, they weren't quite ready, consciousness-wise, to move into ascension, move into the next plane. Now, if you follow the Law of One teachings, you'll have heard about Ra talking about the levels of ascension, okay? We covered densities and octaves and things last week again. So go and check out that show. But what if, guys, that the happenings on Earth were always meant to happen this way? Humanity was always meant to have their genome manipulated, doctored into the way that it has been to its two-stranded nature now. We're going to get into that in a little bit. And it needed to happen for us now to go, whoa, so the buffaloes racing towards the edge of the cliff. We don't want to go over there. Let's choose a different path. Okay, so when you switch your mindset to that level of thinking, you start to look at the oppressors, those who you may think have manipulated humanity, as really the keys to the liberation, that are liberators. Isn't that a weird thought? Now, we've talked about divine forgiveness. Human forgiveness, by the way, is not forgiveness for the most part. That is a construct of forgiveness. It's like mankind's version of God is not God. It's a construct of God. However, I think it's worth us really, really plugging into this visual, because I do think this was all meant to happen this way. I really do. So let's continue. The blueprint. Earth was designed as a living library, okay, a galactic seed vault, an exchange center, holding the DNA and knowledge of countless civilizations, with the 12-stranded human as the master key, coded to unlock all of it. A luminous interconnected paradise, the Eden or Eden garden, where radiant, immortal, multidimensional humans lived in conscious communion with all life and with source. No veil between matter and spirit. Sounds like a paradise, doesn't it? The purpose for souls, a free will playground and soul school. There's that school word again. A place to incarnate into matter, experience the full spectrum of duality and emotion, evolve consciousness, there's ascension, and ultimately remember and embody the divine self when in form. Could we be moving to the place that we're moving to now without this spiral down? If you don't believe that we're heading to this golden place, then the answer for you would be no. The answer for you would be no. There's been manipulation, and you'll be in that victim mindset space. Not judging you, not mad at you, but I encourage you to move out of it. Because when we get into today's elevated 90-day practice, you'll start to, and many of you are already experiencing this, you'll start to experience things that remind you, okay, of your power. And in fact, and this is going to be more into the Sovereign Academy now in the end of the year, there's a whole module that I'm building out on how God is not power, how power actually doesn't exist. How can there be God power when God is all there is? Power would suggest the needing to operate against something, right? So we're going to go into these things in the Sovereign Academy, and we're going to go into some of the principles that I practice that help you really lift out of this third density mindset. Anyway, so this was the original plan for Earth. Did we achieve that? No, not yet. Are we going there? You bet. You bet we're going there for those that choose. Okay, let me just hold on and get rid of my picture there. Now, you know what? Let's do this. Okay, I will make this available for, actually, no, I haven't got these slides, so you can't view this, but this is kind of an interesting little addition to the slideshow I put in early this afternoon. Okay, the Living Library template for Earth. Now, of course, this is from Barbara Marciniak's material, a large part of it. Now, Valia, one of my Pleiadian guides, seems to have picked up on this, and I've had confirmation of that, actually, to some degree. So the Earth was meant to be a galactic seed vault, one of 12 cosmic archives, okay? DNA and knowledge from countless civilizations woven into every living form, an exchange center run on the love frequency. Amazing. The 12-stranded human. Sorry, someone's scanning the QR code. I don't know if you can see that on your screen, but anyway, the master key coded to unlock the whole library, the original blueprint, your original blueprint, okay? Arcturian, Syrian, and Pleiadian geneticists, among others, by the way, but they were some of the core geneticists that brought your very DNA here to Earth, 12 strands of light and 12 chakra gateways. Within the fully evolved human are the formulas to create life across the universe. This is big stuff, guys. This is big stuff. Now, when we talk about resets, talk about a paradigm shift from what I just said. This is galactic information from our galactic friends. What I just said to how we're living today. The gap is just, it's not even a measurement, it's profound. Okay. And so when we talk about disclosure, when we talk about the awakening, when we talk about the awake and aware people in the community, when we talk about the masses not getting it yet, guys, this is big, big stuff. It's big stuff for us. So please be patient. And we are heading to a space. I don't know if you feel this right now, but time for me feels absolutely bizarre. I know I mentioned this last week. My brain isn't really working the way that it did. I'm finding that intellectually, I'm moving somewhere else. You probably say, David, you got Alzheimer's, so maybe I do. Anyway, the 12-stranded human. Let's not go on to a divergence here. This is why you incarnated here on Earth right now, to reactivate. Okay, amazing stuff. Amazing. Let's ground me now. 12 unplugged to 2. Here is the manipulation. The veil is drawn. Was it deliberate? Was it needed? I believe it was. So 500,000 years ago, actually more than that, in a free will zone, the codes were scattered, the library goes dark, and humanity forgets. Okay? What was that? Why was that way? What caused that? Someone tell me in the live chat. Tell me what caused that. What caused the Garden of Eden moment? There's one thing which started the seed of this spiral decline until now us ascend. What was that one thing? There's only one thing that happened that started that descent spiral. What was it? Someone tell me in the live chat. Come on, my inner circle wizards. Lizards. No, Donna, they were our helpers, despite the fact they were manipulators as well. That's hilarious. The Anunnaki, no. We created it ourselves. Yes, that's correct. But go on. How you respond to this is really determinant of where your level of consciousness is, by the way. So be mindful of this. Partake in a tree of knowledge. No. Eve ate the apple. Yeah, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Problem is choice. Okay. No, not you. Not that one. The live chat's gone too fast. Sorry, friend. Rebecca. Yes, thank you. The belief in separation from source. That was the only thing, okay, and that entertained in consciousness. That's the whole story of Adam and Eve. It's nothing to do with the snake in a garden or whatever in an apple. That may have played some kind of a literal part. We don't know. We'll never know until we have access to the Akash fully. Either way, it doesn't matter, because the underlying consciousness shift was the same thing. Now, all the mystics, saints, and sages of all the ages, you hear me talk about this almost every week, have told us on some level, those who have achieved the highest levels of enlightenment in human form and above, we should listen to them. Oh, what do they know? More than us, because they've gone further than us. Okay? They've all told us a version of this. All human discord is in itself its seed because of a belief at some level in consciousness or subconsciousness, at some level of awareness, separation is being entertained. And they've all stated in some degree, okay, that their elevation into the next levels, Yeshua included, Jesus included, was removing the belief in separation. Now, there are practices and principles that you have to put in place to get to that level intellectually, then embodiment. the realization of truth. Okay, in the Sovereign Academy, we're going deep into this. It's going to be big. But well done, Rebecca. Thank you. You're absolutely right. And yes, I believe it was all on purpose. I believe it was all on purpose to go into this downward spiral, to be manipulated by the negative factions, races, whatever you want to call them, however you want to label them. I encourage you to stay away from that and just use terms so you understand what I'm talking about. But the manipulators were the catapults for us. Okay, you have to get this. This is important. Okay. Sorry, I'm not talking at you. So this is what happened. Okay. Now, yes, our DNA was tampered with to make us more malleable humans than we are today. However, you can't keep consciousness in a box. The reactivation, here we are now. Okay. We're now in the beginning stages, very, very exciting this, of the reactivation. The library comes back, it doesn't just come back online, we activate it. All right. The codes rebundle, the light returns. Hold the frequency, light workers. Oh my goodness. Okay, who's excited by that? To think that we could be moving to this place, yet in this current paradigm that we're living in, there's discord, lack, limitation everywhere. What are you talking about, David? There's no way that we're going there. Look outside of you. Well, how strong is your belief in separation? Be very careful. Be careful. Remember that the polarity vortex message that came out a few days ago from one of our galactics? The law of acceleration now, the more you focus on the dark, the more you'll get pulled into it. The more you focus on the light, the more you get pulled into it. Your belief in separation will be tested over the next 12 months, intently and intensely. I promise you, it's already happening. Okay. Why? Because your soul, your oversoul, is going, hello, you're a God. You're an extension of God. Remember, okay? I stand at the door and knock. What does that mean? It means God, creator, source. I'm going to be careful with my hand signs here, otherwise you'll think I'm some kind of Illuminati person. Sorry. As I talk about God, I probably shouldn't have mentioned that. God is always trying to reach you. But through the intellectual mind, you're blocking creator, the divine, hands working in your life. Now, the Sovereign Academy is all about taking the reins off, taking the brakes off, all right, with practicable principles that I'm practicing and principling that bring magic and miracles. Very exciting time, guys. We're headed towards an amazing, amazing time. But there's going to have to be a shaking of the tree to get rid of the old fruit. Okay, here we go. So look at this diagram here. There is one incarnation, okay, that you had that locked you onto the wheel of karma. Now, the wheel of karma is not a bad thing. It's the rebalancing of energies, all right? Let me just bring myself back up here. Maybe, yeah, that's good. It's a rebalancing of energies for your soul's mission. Not a bad thing. And at some point, you're going to step back into the light and follow the path of connecting to source. Okay? And that is your great reset. That is the real reset that's happening. Now, is it a reset? More of a remembrance than a reset. But that's okay. So, the times that I talked about, the pre-Adam, the pre-Adamic times, some of you watching this were incarnated there in a very, very angelic Atlantean and pre-Atlantean civilization where you did have and hold high levels of consciousness. You were there, which is why the Great Reset, the cycles of resets, the galactic cycles, and Tartaria, all of these things, excuse me, all of these things resonate with you. They impact you. They upset you. They move you because many of you were there. And many of you are seeing signs of that. Okay, now, Some of you ask, well, how do I get recall of that? Trust me on this. You don't necessarily want that. Okay. The veil is there so you can complete this mission. Now, many starseeds that were there beginning on that wheel of karma you got locked into for your soul cycle, all right? You're here now to help with the ascension. Full circle. Look at the infinity loop. Amazing. All right. You've encountered many resets. You've had many incarnations along the way. Your oversoul is, okay, Jane, let's try it again. Let's remember source. Okay, forgot that lifetime. Fell off a cliff. Let's try it again. The Bronze Age. Okay. Oh, wandered into the wrong cave, got stoned to death. Let's try again. See if you can remember source, etc., etc. Your soul's journey has never made an error. You are not this physical body. The energies are going to get weirder. Okay. Everything that you know of right now in society, the money system, infrastructure, it's all going to be changing. Why? Because it's reached its conclusion point. Remember last week, Valia gave this to us. When enough people reach sovereignty consent protocol level 5, okay, which we're getting towards, by the way, which is exciting. When that happens and the maximum polarity of the negative polarity occurs, there's a singularity, and that probably triggers the event, the solar flash of some kind. Because what is the solar flash? It's a handshake from the sun. You guys are ready. Here you go. Whereby it is at a quantum nanosecond, even if there is no time in that, probably I'll say a quantum nanosecond of a second, there is a response from the sun, and the negative polarity will have to, at some point, repeat or reincarnate, depending on what their oversoul's path is. And there's a portion of humanity who will move into a higher octave. Okay. Now, my dear sister of light, Lisa, who channels Gaia, has said this very plainly, and I totally agree with her, that the Star Trek future, if you think about the Star Trek future for a minute, that Musk keeps on talking about, it's beautiful, amazing. However, I don't feel called to leave Gaia. I'm partnered with her for this human genome. I feel that very, very intensely. You may not feel that, but I really feel that. I was out just meditating in the forest 15, 20 minutes before the show here. I didn't even miss my start time. But just connecting to Gaia, thank you. Thank you for all the things that you've endured from us crazy damn humans. Thank you. You honor me with your presence. You honor me with your persistence. And just bare feet, hands on trees, in the earth, nature beautiful. Getting rebalance my field. It was an amazing little meditation that. But I don't want to leave Gaia. Now, if there are things to do outside of Gaia, which I'm called to do, well, Kelly and I will go and do that. Kelly's in a different place right now. She's cleaning another house that we are moving out of, then moving back into in a bit. So she may be watching this live. She's like, well, we're not going off planet. We might do. But either way, we've got soul contracts here. So let's honor that. And let's commit. Okay. I'm really talking at you tonight. Sorry. The energies are going to get weirder. Time is going to become more fluid, like the dream state before the flash. Again, I'm sharing this with you because it's happening. And as it happens more, don't be weirded out. It's perfectly normal. It's not the negative polarity messing around with CERN. Okay, although that may happen. This is the ascension shift we're going through. Very, very normal. All right, this is huge. And there's a lot of things I don't share with you guys. I do share a lot with you, of course, but there's just so much information. And there's been a lot of messages that come through about really, and again, that word commit. Okay, thank you. I'll say it again, commit. The commitment to our frequency. And that's what this 90-day challenge really was it was sort of smashed me over the head a little bit with a reiteration of this message for me to share tonight. If it's not mine, don't shoot the mailman. There's a really important mission that we have now, just to hold the light. Now, I know we've already had that, we've been doing that, but more intentionally and with group work. Very important. But this next little chapter, and the reason for that, I suppose I can share some of it. The reason for that is some of the events are going to be quite crazy and quite climactic, you could say, for sure, quite intense. And there is going to need to be a stabilizing field that helps the collective through that. Okay, now I'm not trying to be alarmist. You don't worry about anything. Don't go off and prep if you feel like you need to for 10 days of darkness and things like this. But at the same time, be aware that it may happen. I don't know. No one truly knows. The timeline's very fluid right now. No one truly knows what is going to happen physically, which is why the 90-day practice, guys, is so important, because it will allow you to plug into grace more. Okay, plug into the divine mindful, which gets you more, which gets you out of fear more. You can't have fear and faith in the same thought. They can't exist in the same token. All right. What did Les Brown say? Feed your faith and your doubts will starve to death. Okay, we've been called to intentionally practice connecting to source more. Very important. Practices, including group work, are being healthily encouraged. I use that word politely, much more than healthily. As the outside world becomes more chaotic, the family of light joins hands and steadies the grid. And this is going to happen continuously over the next 12 plus months. Okay? Starseeds have a critical role to play. Everything is connected to you, and you are connected to everything. All right? The quantum web is affected by everything you experience emotionally. So let's make it good. As I mentioned, several chaotic events are inbound. All right, nothing to be scared of. It's just the time we're in. This is why I'm incarnated, and we're in it together. But a cycle has been reset in the past. It has been quick, and incredibly destructive. That's not going to happen this time. Not from the cataclysmic point of view. This time that will not be needed. However, it's not going to be quiet either. All right? This is huge if you can get this one as well. This is very, very important. Please pay attention to this. This last point. Remove the need to control outcomes and trust in your God practices. Okay? There are different personalities, okay, that react different ways to these energies. The ego is still, for most of us, in the somewhere near the front seat. Okay, now when you start to do things like the 90-day practice, you start to move the ego into the back seat. In fact, the ego just goes, you know what? I can't compete with this. There's no need for me. And we'll get to the back, and then divine will take the wheel more. All right. And it will happen more and more and more and more. The more intentional, very important word, that you are with this. Right now, if our practices are not for you, great, doesn't matter. Just find a practice that allows you to create a connection to source and get quiet and wait. I'm going to go through the practice in slightly more detail tonight. Wait for a response. Ask, Father, Mother, God, let me know when I've reached your throne. Okay. Oh my goodness, there's so many comments in the live chat. Sorry guys, I'm missing all of your comments, but you're used to that already. Okay, 1100 of you live. We're probably about ready for a meditation. We're going to get into it. Got a big one tonight. Okay, so you already know what to do, guys. This is the 90-day challenge, all right? And we're going to officially, I know we've already started this for the Patreon community for our Inner Circle members, but let's just take that as momentum. We're going to officially start this 90-day challenge tomorrow, right? Tuesday, June 30th. Oh, I'm busy that day. No, clear your calendars, all right? Let's make ascension our priority. If you just poke at ascension, you'll get poke results back. Trust me. You got to be intentional. You got to be committed. All right. All mastery is accomplished this way. There's no other way around it. So June 30th is day 1. Day 90, the final day. Oh, have I not got the date there? Will be September the, hold on a minute. Let me just tell you exactly what date that will be, because that's not on there. I'm just an imperfect human. Okay, hold on a minute. The final day will be September 27th. You could, of course, work that out. September 27th, I'll reiterate this in our group chat, will be the final day. Let's make it a heck of a 90-day, guys. Here is how we're going to elevate this. I'll just go over it again if those of you are new, some of you are new to this. Okay, there's going to be 4 components to connecting to source throughout the day. The most potent vibration you can hold is your connection to source. Why? Because that's closest to your true nature. Okay. 3 stages in your morning, in your day. Sorry, in your each practice. There's 3 stages to each practice. Sorry, confusing myself. The first one is the contemplation of God, Creator, universe, whatever you call God. All right. God is here. God is now. God is love itself, present in all space and all time. About a minute. Contemplate what Creator is doing. Pause and breathe until the ego mind slows down a bit, all right? And don't worry about thoughts if they come in, just let them pass by like a leaf on the river. Allow presence to rise. Now, after you've done the contemplative meditation, you can then set your intention, or you can do it before. Father, Mother God, reveal thyself to me. Let me feel your presence. Let me know when I have reached your throne. The most important point about this is you cannot go to God for anything save one reason. What's the one reason? What's the one reason that will allow you to reach Creator? Why would you be trying to reach Creator? What's the one reason? What must your intention be? The mystics have given us this, and I've practiced this a lot. So I'll answer in the live chat. I'm waiting on you. What is the number one reason that we go into true prayer, into this practice? What's the number one reason? Someone tell me. Come on. This is interactive. I know I'm speaking at you quite a bit. Service, yes, but no. Oneness, yes. Something more specific than that. Serve, yes. Love, yes. This is all correct. This is really important, guys. So I'm glad you are not quite nailing this yet. This is all correct, but I'm looking for something different. Connect to source. Okay, I mean, that's the closest one. You've all said this in a different way. Michael Merrills, thank you. The only valid prayer is going to God to go to God. For the God experience, for the realization of oneness. You said it, but I wanted to say it in this way. So before you go into, and this is true prayer, by the way, true prayer is moving out of the way and going to God just for God. Not for a new car, not for more money, not for more friends. God doesn't answer those prayers. Never has, never will. That's a man-made version of God. If you go to God for something specific, you're moving in prayer towards a man-made version of God. This is the maintaining and sustaining principle of all that there is. It's not some Old Testament God. Omnipresence, omnipotence, omniscience, all-knowing, all-present, all-powerful. So if God already knows your need before you even think about it intellectually, if God is already present before you even make the connection. And if God is the only power, you must feel a bit stupid going to God asking for something. Because in the same token, you're making the admission it's being withheld from you. No such God exists. We've gone through this before. That's why the hundreds of millions, maybe billions of prayers, especially in the religious world, love or hate it, have never reached God. Because they're praying to a man-made version of God. Oh, please save my husband. God ain't listening. However, prayers can be answered like this. And I've kind of studied this now, and I know why it is. Some of those prayers get answered, but it's not because God is deciding who to save. Of course it's not. We know it's not. It doesn't make any sense. But here is what happens. Please, God, save my husband. In that moment, you make the connection. In the out-breath, in the space between the end of the out-breath and the blissful feeling, you make the connection. And that's all it takes. There's no time in God's universe. At that split nanosecond, God rushes in. Omnipotence, omniscience, omnipresence. God knows exactly what you want. And maybe a miracle will happen. But that's the only way those prayers get answered. The only way. Now, the mystics have told us this as well. It's time to get, as Joel Goldsmith would say, it's time to pray aright. I'm not talking about manifesting. The manifesting your desires movement is based on the ego mind. It's all mental and metaphysical. Nothing wrong with it, but God has nothing to do with it. Okay, connection to source. You love my tangents. The only reason this is so important we go to God is to go to God for the God experience. Okay, if you haven't been doing that, it's okay. Forgive yourself. But make this your intention now. Okay, so the 4 gateways. We rise in the morning. Before we even have a thought in the morning, we're doing this practice, the 3 things. Okay, we contemplate God. We listen, wait in stillness. So there's the presence. And then we receive some kind of an answer. All right, could be a voice. It could be a relaxing. It could be an out breath. Pay attention to what it is. Okay, there will be something that allows you to acknowledge you've reached the throne of God. Could be a state of bliss. Okay, we're going to do this when you wake up first thing, then go on with your day. Then next at 11:11 in the morning, whatever time zone you're in, doesn't matter. We'll create a cascading effect. Then again at 4:44, same practice. Okay, should take about 5 minutes. And then the 4th practice is at the end of the day before you go to sleep. Same thing again. Okay, the beginning is the 30th of June. And the end is the 27th, did I say? 27th of September. Now, we've got a tracking sheet that is now available. Now, following the live show, I will organize a post with in a collection, and I'll drop this into the group chat so you can download the tracking sheet if you haven't got it already. I know many of you, most of the Inner Circle members have already got this. This is just for the Inner Circle members. Right, I got a tracking sheet with fillable fields. Okay, or you can make your own. Doesn't really matter. Okay, here's where we elevate this. Okay, and we're going to have some fun with this. I've created some labels, some categories. You don't have to partake in this side of it. I just want to make it fun because this is a very intentional practice. So what we're going to be doing now from tomorrow onwards, okay, for each time you do this practice, and ideally that you have a response from Creator in some way, all right, you're going to give yourself 5 points. That's just for you. You can have an accountability partner if you want. You can compete with anyone else if you want. It doesn't matter. I encourage you to make this just for you. Progress is the goal, not perfection. Very important. If you struggle with consistency, get an accountability partner. Do it together. I know some of you are doing that in the group chat. Amazing. So for every practice you begin and carry through to its close, you reward yourself 5 points, right? The 4 daily gateways together make 20 points across a single day. And at the end of the week, you should hit 140. All right. Keep your own score in your own hand, and the honesty of that counting is up to you. Now, look on the left, the light here, the picture. You'll see here 140 points a week is great, by the way, and this is amazing. And if this is all you do, you've contributed massively to the collective, I promise you. However, let's elevate this. How far can we go? Because why would you just stop at 4 practices? Okay, so 140 points is the weekly baseline. All right, now if you struggle with consistency, just keep to the weekly baseline. Nothing wrong with this at all. However, if we rise higher, added sessions of the same kind. So if you do this practice more than 4 times a day, you're going to reward yourself 5 points more. Okay, 5 points more. This is open to everyone. So 2 extra touches, so 6 a day, lifts you to 154 a week. So on the left here, you've moved into the ambassador of light, the light ambassador zone, when you hit the minimum of 154 points a week. How serious are you? Let's find out. Okay, now, a devoted 8 touches a day, so double the 4 that we're going to do. All right, reaches 280 a week. And the rank of light master is just labels, so having fun with it. But to reach that, and this is just for your own diary, guys. No need to broadcast this. We do it silently and sacredly. We don't brag about what we've done. We're all contributing. But if you are into athletics and sports, or if you're highly competitive, this is going to be fun. Let's make it fun. We're here for the Earth experience. So if you hit 280 points a week, okay, call yourself a light master. Kind of cool. Let's see how many light masters we can get out of this. There's a method to why I'm doing this, by the way. It's not just for fun. I'm going to talk about this later, not tonight. This is big stuff. Okay? We'll do a quick Q&A at the end. This is how we elevate this. All right. Tonight, what's tonight's meditation going to be about? We've got a very powerful message from Creator. I channeled this yesterday, and it is a big one. We're traveling to the Grand Central Sun. We're going to ride the solstice energy still, and we're going to a sacred pyramid of light standing near the GCS, the great heart fire at the center of all things. We're going to gather in the family of light inside the pyramid of light, still and open, and we will receive a message from Prime Creator. Okay. Then we're going to have a quick activation from one of our beloved master's friends, a soul infusion activation. And then we're going straight to the planetary heart filled up with light. And we're going to open our hands and let this love light loose, sending it rippling out across the collective membrane that holds all of humanity. One shared wave of Creator's love, touching every soul on the planet at once. It's going to be a big one, really big one, this. Okay. Any questions? Pop them in the live chat. Make them in all caps, and I'll do my best to shed my thoughts on them. As ever, my opinions and beliefs should not be yours, but they can be. I'd rather you have your own. But whatever your thoughts and beliefs are, keep them kind and keep them inclusive. Okay, I'm just looking at the chat. Ooh, good question. Hold on a minute. Klaus. You asked a great question a minute ago. Where was it, Klaus? Where is the tapestry from? Hold on, Jess. I'll answer that in a minute. Where is that? There was a good question here. Okay, here. Zoran, great question. Does increasing the length of the practice count towards more points? No, it doesn't. I can explain this intellectually, but it's not going to make sense until you realize it. How should I position this? An ounce of, a microparticle of creator light is as intense as 10 tons of it. Okay. So doing something longer, and you can't get more of creator light. Now you can hold the frequency for longer, but once you tune in to the God energy, the God light, one speck is the same as a large amount. There's no difference. Okay, which is why I talked about prayers being answered in that way. In that split second, that you make the connection. There's no levels to God light. It just God is. The question is, how do you open the door to it? Okay, there is the same amount of God on earth available to access today than there was 500 million years ago. Same amount. Now, these are intellectual things and they're hard to talk about, but so no, the increasing the length of the practice does not include it. However, it will keep you in a state of bliss for longer, so it's good for you and for the collective, for sure. Please address the 11:11 and 4:44 time points. Klaus, thank you. Just 11:11 in your time zone. Okay? Doesn't matter if you're in Pacific, Eastern, doesn't matter. Because then we've got people doing it all different time zones, so we create a staggered effect. Now, there's going to be crossover where you're in the same time zone, some of you. However, I want to create sort of a rolling wave of this. Okay? And this is kind of quite effective with these group work exercises, especially when we have a massive global audience. All right. So it doesn't matter. 11:11 in your time zone and 4:44 in your time zone. Okay. Did I get the math wrong, Mark? Probably. Whatever the math is, brother, you go with it. Can we change the time of day? I have meetings at those times most days. Here is my response to that from my personal experience of the mystical path. When I stopped building my ascension practice around my human life, stripped that away, and built my human life around my ascension practice, everything changed. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. I can't tell you what to do. You will figure it out. I need to get a t-shirt that says figure it out. Is that too harsh? Okay. One more question. Where is the tapestry from? I think I got it from Penticton in the crystal shop there. I bought a couple of them, but no, Penticton. So send me a message, Jess. I'll share with you the place. I can't remember the name of it. I'll look it up. Okay. One more question. Okay, this is a really good question, Jay Monty. Thank you for reposting this. I did forget it. Okay. Okay, this is really important. So if we connect to others via our God spark to send love light, does that violate free will of the other person? Well, not, hold on, what am I zooming out? No, it doesn't. Because all you're doing is recognizing the truth of what is. Okay, now, they won't necessarily gravitate towards that, all right? They won't necessarily receive that. Really depends on their state of consciousness. What we don't know in Jesus' healing ministry, Yeshua's healing ministry, is how many people then went back and became sick and ill again. Okay, we don't know that. Of course, we don't know a lot of the stuff that really happened. But anyway, if it really even indeed did happen. But no, it doesn't, because you're just making the connection to the truth, and you're connecting to yourself, and you're connecting to God, and you're connecting to the one. There's not God and self and one. There's just one. So you're connecting to the one. Now, remember earlier on, if you really want to bypass this, what do? We don't go in traditional prayer. Please send my mom love, light, energies. It's fine to surround them in love. There's nothing wrong with that. But if we want to make a true prayer, we don't need to do that. We connect to Prime Creator. And from that, watch this happen. If you're serious about this 90-day practice, I will share this with you. What will happen is the more and more time you spend in the atmosphere of God, of Source, of Creator, the more and more you spend in this atmosphere, the more your immediate circle will be affected. Okay? Now, Kelly and I started doing this many, many years ago, and we started to have miraculous experience in our friend groups in many, many ways. Now, we don't attribute ourselves to this, nothing to do with us, but we were becoming the antennas. So there is a physical component to that, if you like. I don't consider it anything to do with me. We just position ourselves for God to move through us, okay? The more and more you do this, the more magic and miracles you will see in your surrounding. That tells you, Monty, J.M. Monty, that omnipresence, omniscience, and omnipotence is working. God already knows what you want. God is all present. God is all power. Okay? So God already knows through everything who needs what. And you bringing the creator energy through you, everything's connected. So it finds ripples through the quantum web to them. So do you even need to send love light? You've got to answer that question for yourself. But do you violate their free will by seeing them as their true identity? Absolutely not. No. Now, if you're trying to send someone something specific, it's still from the ego mind. Now, not negatively. There's nothing negative about that. It's still from the mind governed by good and evil, which is why the divine prayer, the true prayer, praying aright, is just always going to create it. And this is more about giving up, your ego mind to the divine mind. This happens in stages. So I hope that answers your question a little bit. I'm kind of going in circles a little bit there. Okay. I did address the time points, I believe. Come on, guys, let's get into tonight's meditation. So many questions. Come on, let's do this. Okay, quickly. So we're going to do the same 3-step practice at all stages of the day. Okay, please share what protocol we'll be doing as we wake up. So when you wake up, you're going to be going to contemplative meditation, contemplating God. I'll simplify it again one last time. It's okay. Then you move into stillness. Okay, let the mind still. You wait. Develop the listening ear. Okay, not this ear. I'm pointing to it. The listening of the inner ear. And then you receive. Okay, so contemplate, step 1. Contemplate a meditation, step 1. Step 2, develop stillness and the listening ear. Step 3, state of receptivity, receive, which will happen. 2 and 3 will happen as a blend in some degree. But initially, if you're just starting this, you may want to separate the components. Okay, I'm here now. Okay, I'm here now. Okay, I'm here now. That's fine. And everyone's going to do this a little bit differently, but those are the 3 parameters. Okay. All right. All right, guys, let's go. We've got work to do here. Last 20 minutes. I need your help in the live chat. Let me know how my voice sounds. Good. For those of you who need a break to go to the bathroom, please do so. I need your help in the live chat. The rest of you, to let me know how the music sounds with my voice. Let me know how the balance is, whether the music needs to come up, come down, go round and round. What is the balance like to my voice? Is it good? Is it bad? What does the music need to do? Can we get a 5 by 5? How are we doing? 5 by 5. There we go. Here we go. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Thank you, Jan, Monty, Mark, Melissa, Salon Gaming, Yokun, Zoran. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Beautiful. Okay, let's go. Come on, Stacy, music up. Music down. I'm keeping it as is. This is how we are normally. Okay, friends, let's go. Let's dial in. If you have yet to invite in your team of light, please do so at this time. I want to invite you to call upon your guides and your team to surround you and hold the love light energy. Bring them in. Close your eyes and breathe now. We take this work intentionally, seriously, but not personally. Let it go on the out-breath. Let go of things not serving you. You cannot take them into the new earth. Drop them down now, like a rock you're carrying in a backpack. Let it go. We call upon the archangels of the horizontal plane to join us now. Invite them in as I call them in, if you feel called to do so. Beginning in the east, Brother Raphael, the archangel of air, who carries the green ray. Join us now, dear brother. Clarity, clean perception, clean mind. Join us in the east, Brother Raphael. And to the south, Archangel Michael, the archangel of fire, who holds the blue ray. Courage with love, protection without fear. Join us in the south, Brother Michael now. And to the west, Archangel Gabriel, the archangel of water, with the diamond white ray of mercy, softness, emotional cleansing. And to the north, finally, Archangel Uriel, the archangel of earth, who carries the red ray of stability, groundedness, embodied presence. 4 archangels, 4 directions to hold the space and hold the light. Feel their presence with us now. And we call upon the great masters to join us now. We'll name them one by one. Call them in with me and feel their presence. You are the family of light. Invite in our friends of the long ages to join us now. We ask for the presence of Jeshua, Jesus the Christ, Saint Germain, the loved one, Zoroaster, the king, Zarathustra, the Magi, Lao Tzu, the old sage, the Buddha, Babaji, the eternal one, Lahiri Mahasaya, the smiling guru, Sri Yukteswar, the teacher, Paramahansa Yogananda, the gift, El Moria, the lord of the first ray. Call them in with me. Kuthumi, the great guiding light. Dwal Kul, the master teacher. Paul the Venetian, Serapis Bey, the Lord of Ascension. Hilarion, the bringer of joy. The English master, Douglas Baker, the keeper of this ashram. Sanat Kumara, and the Ancient of Days, the planetary Logos. Amun-Ra, Vesta, Helios, the solar Logos. The Great Mother, Isis, and the Goddess energies. Mary Magdalene and the High Priestess energies of the Divine Feminine. Krishna, the Avatar. Kuan Yin, the Incandescent One. Aina, the Ninth Dimensional Guide. Mohammed the Prophet, and Joshua, who walked with God. Family of Light, the Masters in us. Yahweh in us. Saviors in us. You are the ones you have been searching for. Take a deep breath in through the nose now and hold the breath at the top. Hold the breath and activate the pineal gland at the center of the brain. Activate, activate. And when you're ready, release the breath. And another deep, deep breath in, holding at the top once more. Lighting up the cave, bringing the ethereal antenna online. Activate, activate. And when ready, release. One final deep, deep breath in, make it intentional. Holding at the breath at the top once more. Hold, hold, hold. Pineal activation. Lighting up the cave. And when ready, release a final time. Family of Light, here we are once again to do sacred work. We have traversed the great codexes with our brother Michael, and something tells me he is not yet finished with us. Tonight, however, is about source. A message from, a connection to, a remembrance. You are not your personality. You are not your human body. We honor these things. They have served us in this dimension, but now we hold space for them to fall away organically, not forcibly. There is no ego to destroy. There is only a new energy to embody. One that was always there, standing at the door and knocking. Won't somebody let me in? Source is the true nature of your being. Brilliance. Brilliance and love. That is who you are. So let us go on a journey now to a sacred pyramid of light, opened up specifically by the higher-ups for us tonight. But before we go there, let us journey to the Grand Central Sun together, where this pyramid of light is located. First, we receive a little message from Creator. So bring your awareness now to the third eye chakra at the center of the forehead. Imagine an indigo light turning gold and growing in intensity. As it grows brighter and more intense, you feel a traverse into your light body. This is not astral traveling or any such thing. As you merge now with your etheric light body, you feel light, like you could dance across the world, and it would take one step only. So let us journey now. Now we are light and omnipresent. Up out of whichever home you are, out of the city, out of the town, out of the country, into the high atmosphere, easily, safely, like a dream, moving beyond Earth, moving through the solar system, past our galactic family and their ships, past the planets, onward still, like a speeding bullet of light, moving faster and faster until you move into warp speed. And after a short time, coming to a safe, calm stop at a brilliant, huge sun, golden white, the great central sun of our universe. You feel an incredible warmth here, and Creator's love fills every cell. We are returning home once again, albeit in physical location today. But after these words from Creator, remember this light. Remember this space. You can access it anytime. You feel a warm voice inside your very being. Come close to me now, closer than breath, closer than thought. The shift you have felt rising within your hearts is real, and it does not arrive all at once, but more so in a single breath, a single step. There will be no overwhelming flood, so forget these narratives. It comes as a stairway of light, one radiant step, and then a place to rest, and then another step, each turning, lifting you nearer to the real, nearer to the living truth of who you always have been. You will feel the rising and great ones. You will also feel the pull. As the new and living vibration pours into your world through your open hearts from me, the old dream of separation rises up to meet it, as is the nature of the third dimension you know of. And yes, oh yes, there will be moments when the world seems to fold you back into its ancient story of two, of lack, of fear, of a self standing alone. But hear me, precious heart. The small mind that feels this pull is not your enemy. It is only the part of you that has forgotten. Do not make war upon it, simply, gently turn. Turn to me as the sunflower turns to the sun, following the light across the long, slow arc of the day. And when the darkness comes, quietly, faithfully, reorienting its face to the place where the dawn will rise. This, my beloved one, is your practice now. Not once, not merely in the morning's stillness alone, but again and again. Now and now and now. A breath, a softening, a yes given to me from the very center of your heart. For each time you turn, you let my mind become the mind through which you see, until the divine is no longer a far country you journey toward. It becomes the very ground beneath your feet, and you will be able to announce at any moment, wherever you are in your human experience, wherever I am, God is, and whereso forth I stand now is holy ground. And as you turn and turn again, the turning becomes you, until one shining now moment you will discover that you were never truly facing away at all. You will forget and you will remember. You will forget again and again. You will remember. And every remembering opens the heart a little wider and carries a little more of heaven into your world. A little more of me. So do not brace yourself against the storm, beloved ones, contrary to what you might do. Lean into the turning, open, and let the love I pour through you give itself freely now, and come home, and home, and home again. I have always been with you. So be it. And as you receive these words, the grand central sun swells to an intensity that embraces you, engulfs you in a beautiful love light energy. Let us take a moment in this space to embody this light, to remember it, and say to ourselves quietly, here on where I stand is holy ground. Not the little I of the personality, the only I, the divine I that is the truth of all being. So if you are ready now, make the intention to journey to the great pyramid of light that awaits us here. All it takes is a thought, and as you do, a great flash of light transports you to this pyramid. It is gold and white, and more warm and loving than you have ever felt before in any of the past pyramids we have been to. This is a sacred space given to us from Source for those of you who are ready, and we are ready now. For the next level awaits. In the center of the pyramid is a glowing, golden form. You cannot make out whether it's male or female, but the love energy is so pure. It even evokes an emotion from you, one of home, one of pure love, pure forgiveness. You feel called to walk towards it. There is no announcement of identity from this form. It is just pure love. It is glowing in almost the humanoid form, but it is pure light. It gives you a great embrace, and you feel the warmth of this love moving through every cell of your being. The great golden light being invites you to lie on the table in front of you, an etheric bed of glowing white light. As you lie upon it, before you close your eyes in your light body, you notice the great terminated quartz crystal above you, suspended from the ceiling and now pulsing, almost in tune with your heartbeat. The great golden being now speaks to you, and the voice is warm, like a warm current of light moving through you. It is time for an activation. Dear one, let your eyes close now upon this table, and your breath grow soft and slow. Yes, we are now together inside this great construct of light. As you know, at the very apex of the top, an etheric crystal turns slowly. The living light of Creator now glows down through it, pouring liquid dawn onto the white table at the center of the chamber now. Feel this light coming down. Pay attention to how your body feels as it does. A great column of golden light, filling all time and space. Now you notice something very special happening. With each breath you take, the little self, the planner, the keeper of worries, begins to set itself down. This is yours to simply receive, to allow the thought of the doing belonging to the divine hands of light now, giving it up to God. Feel the great beam of light moving through your crown of your head now, warm and alive. This Christ light enters and a doorway opens within you, a doorway to your own higher self. Through that great open door, your soul begins to descend, more of your divine spark, more of the one you have always been, flowing down the golden beam and settling into every cell, infusing you, filling you with love light energy. And hear now a voice of love spoken gently into your heart. Receive the light that was always yours. I am with you. Let it come in. So if you feel called, let it come in. Receive it. Breathe it in. Let the light body grow bright from the inside until the light above and the light within become one single field. When you are full of this light and overflowing, seal it. Place a hand to your heart and say within yourself, I now carry this light. The infusion is complete. I am one with my divine self, and my divine self is one with Creator. Rest a moment longer now in the glow of this beautiful light, beneath the crystal, receiving this Christ light. And when you are ready, it is time for one final part of tonight's activation. So sit up from the table. Give the golden figure of light a great hug. He places a hand upon your heart and says, I see you now. So after you've bathed in this love light energy, it is time to journey back to the planetary chakra just above Gaia. So bid this beautiful being of light farewell for now. And once again, being in the light body, you know what to do. Travel out of the pyramid, past the great central sun, back towards the solar system, past all the planets and our galactic friends once again, speeding towards Earth, coming gently, safely, neatly to a stop just above Earth. The family of light popping in from their light speed travels all around you. So many of you. Take a hand on your left and take a hand to the right. Make a circle around Gaia. And as the final fingers interlock from the final hand clasp, a being appears in the center of the circle once more. It is golden white, and it is the same being as was in the pyramid. You notice the love light energy, the deep, deep love. This being now sends a beam of light out in all directions. And one of these beams, these columns, finds its way into your heart. You feel almost a direct connection to Source. Like you were the fuse inside the plug, and now the love light energy can travel through you. But it is not for you, beloved one, not for you alone. It is time to share this with all of creation. So as the heart space, the sacred heart chamber becomes full, send out your own beam of light from your heart center down into Earth. See it branching off into a billion different strands of light, finding every man, woman, and child upon the Earth plane. See their hearts light up with gold, love light energy. Yes, beloved, you are giving them a chance to remember. Whether they step towards that remembrance is not up to you, but we can see them as the one source, nevertheless. Find every man, woman, and child now. Become the light, searching for other hearts to light up, seeking, hunting with the most beautiful love light energy. There is no limit to your speed. There is no limit to who you can find. Light them up with love. And with each heart ignited, a great ripple across the field finds other hearts too, and they begin to send out their love light energy, cascading across the planet as well. What a magnificent duplication of love now taking place. Perhaps this was the great reset after all, the return to one. Take a moment to embody this light, to feel into this energy. Beautiful. Now return back into your light body, hovering above the planet. Bring your awareness back here, be present. Feel the love across the family of light circle like never before. Each one now remembering a little more. Each one opened doorways that was not yet open before this activation. Deeper into the remembrance of unity consciousness. Now, beloved hearts, it is time to return back, for we do have more work to do in the physical, and we will be here with the family of light very soon once again, sooner than you think. So give the hand to your left a little squeeze, and the hand to your right the same. Give a bow to the family of light, and then return down to earth towards your home, your country, your city, wherever you are right now in the world, in your physical body. You move effortlessly in your light body, going as fast as you feel called to go. Back down towards your house, through the roof, back into the room wherever you are, and settling back into the physical body, merging and connected. And we'll give us a count from 5 until 0. 0 being the most awake. 5, feeling back in the physical, energized, full of love. 4, just moving the torso ever so slightly left to right, joining back to the body. 3, just moving the head from side to side. Allow it to move naturally. 2, wiggling fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. 1, about to be fully awake and fully present back in the physical. And 0, whenever you're ready. Eyes open, wide awake, connected in the love light energy of remembrance. Welcome back, everyone, and we'll give you a moment to come on back. What a beautiful little practice that was. Let me know how you felt in the live chat. What did you experience during that? What was your experience in that activation? Share it with the crowd. Give permission for others to do the same. And when you are back and feel present, let me know who you think the golden figure of light was in the pyramid of light we went to. Who was it for you? That's the question. Who was the golden figure? Who presented themselves to you, if anyone? And if no one did, that's fine too. Okay. George, Yeshua. Okay. Higher self. Love that. Oh, that's very interesting. Because it was Jesus that was there with us. And I deliberately left his name out. But his energy was very present when I was doing this. I know that because I've connected to him many times. very, very, very high vibrational, very loving, very forgiving. So if you saw Yeshua, then that's very interesting because that's who I had us was present when I had us build this. Very curious. If you didn't experience that, that's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. But many of you said Jesus, source. I mean, that's the same, really. Wow. Okay. That's very curious to me, but no surprise. Wow. Very cool. Yeshua. Indeed. Or maybe you called him in, like you said. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Right, folks. Well, we've gone for 2 hours here, so I'm going to sign off. And for those of you wanting to sign up on Patreon, come and join the Inner Circle. You will have access to a little cheat sheet, a little description of the 90-day practice, plus a tracking sheet. So if you want to make your own, feel free to do so. But we have now got a group chat opened up specifically for the 90-day challenge. Let's get intentional with it. Not for me, not for anyone else, but for your experience, for your service to the light. And I promise you one thing, if you are serious about it, if you are intentional about it, get ready, because magic and miracles, the like of which I will not be able to describe to you, are on their way to you. And I want that for you deeply. I do. And the more and more you do this 90-day practice, whether you choose to do the baseline or whatever, it doesn't matter. There's no competition. Start where you are with what you have. Okay? It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be progressive. All right. So I love you. I love being on this journey with you. I'll catch you in the live chat. I'm doing it with you, by the way. I'm already doing this multiple times a day, which is why I want to share it with you, because I know what it brings me and others who I've shared this with. Okay. So family of light, assemble. Let's come together. I love you all. And I'll see you on Patreon very, very soon. And wish you a wonderful rest of Monday, or whatever time zone is in your world or hemisphere. And I will see you downrange. Lots of love. Towards the light we go.